Welcome to Tarot Talk Thursdays. I'm JC Moon Spirit.
I'm Sings with Owls.
Tonight we want to do a waning gibbous spread by Sings with Owls, Tarot and Oracle cards. So if you'd like to have a one-card pull, message in on any of our live video broadcasts, and we will pull that for you from the Goddess Power Oracle, the Animal Totem Tarot, or the Earth Magical Oracle deck.
All right, straight to the game. Number 1, what regrets do you still hold? Number 2, secrets will haunt you. Number 3, what obstacles are blocking the flow? 4, what fears are holding us back from our true potentials? Number 5, what lies are you telling? And number 6, messages from the moon. All right, so number 1, what regrets do you still hold? Where would you like to go with that, Jason?
Hearing Earth Magic. So we can start Earth Magic.
Okay.
Hope everybody's having a good night tonight.
Okay, we got dream time there with creation. Number 2, secrets will haunt you.
Our second card is from the Animal Totem Tarot. For those of you who don't know a little bit about this deck, it is a tarot deck that has similar symbols to the traditional tarot, but it also has animal medicine messages. I'll be sharing those that came from the book and then interpretation of the tarot itself.
And we got the 4 of Pentacles. And number 3, what obstacles are blocking the flow? Going back to Earth Oracle.
Okay.
We got the Green Man Synergy. And number 4, what fears are holding us back from our true potentials?
I'm thinking it's a goddess.
Like a goddess, yeah.
We have the Goddess Power Oracle deck coming out to play now.
Demeter. And number 5, what lies are you telling?
Interesting, this one doesn't have a 2x2 rhythm or even like a one of each
there's no
kind of rhythm.
rhythms.
This is
Insanity. It'd be a great reading. Prayer. Radical acceptance. And the last one, messages from the moon.
back to the Animal Totem Tarot, everyone. Hello to Spirit Soaring, who's joining us on Facebook right now. New viewers who are showing up, we are pulling a waning gibbous moon. Sorry. Reading.
And we got the star. All right. Now back to 1. What regrets do you still hold?
So our first card is Dreamtime Creation. Very pretty card. Lots of interesting colors.
Okay, it says close your eyes, tuning in to your breathing, and allow yourself to sink deeply into the heart of the living creation that you are. As you notice your breath becoming steady and slightly deeper than usual, observe the urge within you that is begging to come forth in some creative action. Pay attention to any images, sounds, or feelings that beckon your awareness, and there you will find the key is the manner in which to express the magnificent pulse. Your breath is the crossover between spirit and reality. Breathing comfortably and steadily helps you align yourself with spirit, which then brings a clearer focus on what creative expression is preparing to be birthed through and from you. Discard any habitual thought patterns that would prevent the manifestation of what you are being prompted to bring forth. Allow yourself to take risk with self expression, and all of creation will smile upon you. So, number two, secrets will haunt you. And we got Four of Pentacles.
Four of Pentacles is a squirrel. They say you can never have too much of a good thing, but there comes a time when things are no longer any good, and all you are left with is something that you can no longer use. It is easy to get caught up in the frenzy of always wanting more, but when is enough enough? There is only so much you can enjoy at any given time. The rest is merely taking up space. So I think when you see the Four of Pentacles, you need to pay attention to things you might be clinging to that would probably be better served to be applied to your current situation. So, one of the ways that I like to think about this is saving money for a rainy day when you have bills coming up that you could get out of the way. You have the ability and the resources to do it. And yes, it's important to save money when you can. But the unfortunate fact of the matter is that if it gives you security now and you have the tool available, you could use it and it might help you. I also think that when it comes right down to it, people like to cling to secrets because it feels safer than admitting something that we did wrong or admitting something that happened to us. Or we make ties to those that are tied up in that secret, maybe that just keep us locked in a holding pattern and it keeps us under a thumb. And that doesn't allow us to flow and do what we need to do. So I think these are the kinds of secrets that we're having to open up to and admit that the lesson is being taught to us in the moment. That's why it feels so weird.
Yes.
So, number three,
Number
what
three.
obstacles are blocking the flow? And we had Green Man's Synergy from the Earth Magic Oracle.
Right. Okay. The flow of life is guiding you where things just seem to fall into place as you move about your business. You're in a mutually cooperative interaction with spirit as your will is aligned with the will of spirit and your mission is congruent with your sense of purpose. When this is happening, there's a synergy, a way that your life force is continually coming into balance with the forces of nature. There's also a synergy between your spiritual awareness and your personal self or ego. Be aware of the various idiosyncrasies of your ego and do not take any of them too seriously. Know that your higher self is always looking out for your best interest. In this cycle, tune into that guidance, however it shows up, and you will find that you move through life with greater ease due to a synergistic balance of forces expressing themselves as you.
Very cool. Yes, I say very
On to four. What fears are holding us back from our true potential?
cool. So we have Demeter, which is nurturer, and I think this comes in kind of a coin situation. On one side of the coin, while it is good to take care of other people, there's a line there. And the reason there's a line there is because at some point we have to refill our own cup. We have to take care of ourselves. And when we give away too much, it's very easy to allow ourselves to be manipulated. And then we're exhausted. That can lead us to traumas related to being a nurturer that stop us from wanting to take care of ourselves because we develop a guilt complex because somebody pulls the guilt trip. Or also, we cut ourselves off from that nurturing aspect of ourself that is very vital to growing a peaceful community, growing a place where people can collectively come and heal and be welcomed. So while we're trying to move forward out of that fear, we can look at the other side too and say, I might have opened myself to be manipulated in the past, but I can still take care of myself properly and I can still be giving to others and have loving boundaries up at the same time.
Absolutely.
So I think these are the kind of fears that we're having. How do I put these filters up? How do I make sure they're respected? But how do I still be kind and compassionate? So on to number 5.
Number 5, what lies are you telling? We got Freya, radical acceptance.
So I think this kind of deals with the Four of Pentacles coming up and the secrets will haunt you area of the reading
Hmm.
because we may not be accepting something fully or we may be accepting something because it's been drilled into our heads. So I think that when you come up into the test and you have to admit that you're in a test, that is an example of radical acceptance. There's something here I'm supposed to be more mindful of. There's something here that I'm supposed to be learning and that I'm supposed to be getting out of this. I need to pay better attention. That's radical acceptance. And I think when you think you got it under control, sometimes you may have overlooked that little detail and it comes
Yes.
back up in a different way. So it's like you work on money and then you break it down to money as a tool and then you break it down to I need money and then it's do you need money or do you need this? Do you need this bill paid? Do you need this thing to come into your life? Do you need this blessing? And you remember that you're supposed to have gratitude for these things, and that's kind of how you balance out your accounts and stuff. But without accepting every blockage you have between now and the end goal,
Mhm.
you allow for delays and snags.
And the last one for the night, messages from the moon. So if you want a one card reading, please message in now. Which deck you would like? We have the Goddess deck, a Tarot deck, and an Earth deck.
So we got the star, which is oyster. I know you see me even though I am far away. You see me shining from where you are. I hear your thoughts and words from your heart, sometimes with wishes so big you are too scared to speak. Yet hear them I do and send them back to you. Tenfold, all wishes coming true, just so you know that I see you too. It's a message from the oyster by Lisa Robinson. I think she is really cool. But messages from the star. Hi, Grandmother Dot.
Hello, Dot.
Messages from the moon in this case, I think, has a lot to do with hope. And it reminds us that if we're going to actually live in our dreams, if we're going to make them our reality, we have to speak them into existence because what we speak comes from what we feel, comes from what we think, comes from what we say. It all
Yes.
goes back into the cycle. And I was actually doing some yoga today. And one of the things that we talked about in the video was about how you have to change the way that you think about yourself because the way you think about yourself and the way you speak about yourself becomes the vocabulary of your environment. That's why it's so important to be around enlightened and uplifted people because they tend to have a more uplifted, positive vocabulary. And it's a lot less self deprecating and self effacing to be around these people. So it's less draining.
Yes.
So I think when we're talking about the star as a message from the moon with regards to social environment, spiritual healing, and things like that, it's about tapping into our intuition and our innate psychic abilities that allow us to be more sensitive in any situation, whatever that comes through as. For us, some people are clairfactory, some people are claircognizant, some people don't have a clair and they're just very empathic, and that's fine. But you follow the guiding star there. You find the light and you focus on that and allow that to carry you through any of the dark times. So it's a message of hope. And it's also a good message for dreams, which is why I think it's cool that we saw the star and dream time in the same reading.
Love it. And then we
Very
had
cool.
synergy almost in the middle.
Right. It's
With
very
nurture.
cool. I like this a lot. Right.
Then we can do a one card reading. Anyone that would like that. I hope you guys are having a great Thursday night and ready to embrace Friday morning.
I'm excited to embrace Freya's Day and all of its awesomeness. While we're waiting on requests for one cards, we can go ahead and pull ourselves a card.
Yes. table looks really pretty.
It does.
Thank you. Trying to press.
Okay. Shall we pull ourselves a card for tomorrow?
Sure. Would you like to share?
Sure. Just want to start with this reading back in so it's not still nagging at us for discussion. Card for tomorrow.
Card for tomorrow.
We got Temperance, which is flamingo. You can't hear because we're thinking it at you. So, your body is a mirror to the inner workings of your mind, emotions, and sense of self. You could say it is the looking glass into your soul's experience in physical form. Take a good look at what your body is telling you and then decide if you like what it has to say. Just know that whether you like it or not, your body's story can only tend to do something about it. Even if you choose to do nothing at all, your body will display this choice for all to see. Nothing about you is ever truly hidden, no matter how hard you might try. Message from the flamingo. So, yeah, I think this has a lot to do with our need to gravitate toward balance as a species. Spiritually, all things come into a place of balance at the moment right before change because it has to come to balance and then the change happens and then it all has to come back to balance and then the change happens. Just kind of how the cycle works. And it
Right.
goes through different stages as it goes through the change until we reach whatever the outcome may be considered. in that
Well, and also
arena.
flamingo is the in between, also, as we've known before.
I think it's very interesting that like the crane is mentioned as the bird of the in between and balance in this deck, but flamingo is literally always one
On
foot
one
in the
foot.
water, one foot in the dream, right? And then one foot in the air, so one foot in the mind. So it's how your subconscious bridges into your conscious mind. And so I like that it points out that your conscious mind is a mirror in ways we don't fully understand yet of your subconscious, of your spiritual mind. So it's already telling you like these invasive thoughts and things that you're getting in your meditations. The reason we teach people to honor them and to sit with that for a moment without being attached, just observe it, is because those things may not necessarily belong to you, but they may be symbolic of the test you're going through or the pattern of the alchemy that is happening for your soul at that point. Temperance is a lot about alchemy, in my opinion, because you have to kind of get things into alignment by changing the ingredients. Yeah. I think this was a really cool reading. I don't see any requests for one cards tonight so far. Last call, y'all.
Last call
If
for
any-
a card.
If anybody wants a free one card reading tonight, we have the Goddess Power Oracle deck, the Animal Totem Tarot deck, and the Earth Magical on the table.
I think a lot of people have gone to bed.
Probably.
And that's okay
past our
too, but you
bedtime.
can watch it tomorrow with your coffee and enjoy it. And I hope it gives you some insight for the weekend. And
All right, I think it's time I turned into a pumpkin already.
all right.
Peace and blessings, everybody. Have a wonderful rest of your night. We will see you tomorrow for the Coffee Clutch with my bestie Sings with House and myself, JC Moon Spirit, and check out the rest of our Friday Flow and our Weekend Wellness posts.
Peace and blessings.